Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of crap. I never figure out what
Mad
this is
Sports
called. Mad
Radio.
Sports Radio.
I think the lower you say it, the better it sounds.
What? Mad Sports Radio.
No, I just mean the volumes. My ears are gonna explode.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's I'm loud. Okay. So we're doing an NBA mock draft. Picks 1 through 5. We're gonna do today. 6 through 10. We're gonna do later this week. I just wanted to get this out of the way because Brooklyn officially clinched the worst record in the league.
Congratulations, guys.
Congratulations.
Nice
you
work.
don't have your pick.
Nice work.
So anyways, after last night's results, Phoenix and the Lakers both won, but Phoenix is still up on a game. They have one less win. The best case scenario for the Lakers at this point is just a tie for the second pick. That would mean they'd split the odds for that pick. But it's more and more likely that Phoenix were to lose these next two games, it's just done. As long as Phoenix doesn't win, Lakers are going to be picking third. Then we have Orlando and Philly to round out the top 5. Philly and Orlando currently tied. That could happen again. It would be same scenario with them as Lakers and Phoenix. They would split the odds for the fourth pick. Okay, so starting off at 1, we've been saying this for months and months now, segment after segment. We've done Markelle Fultz versus Lonzo Ball, and Markelle Fultz, first player off the board for Boston. Obviously, this is if they keep all their picks. So Fultz, what do you like about him?
What's not to like about Markelle Fultz? I mean, I think that's a better answer than
I think it is a harder one
because
to say.
Guard with great size, great shooting ability, great driving ability. He can defend both positions.
6'4" with a 6'10" wingspan, in case anybody hasn't seen this.
Just extremely explosive, knockdown shooter. I mean, there's really not much to say against him.
And the knock would be the same thing as Ben Simmons, that he didn't take his team to the tournament.
Right.
But again, if you ever watched Washington this year, they're absolutely horrendous.
Bad.
You thought if LSU was bad last year, this was god awful.
You could take Fultz off and put him in the MAC, and they're like a mid-MAC team.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, it's just all him. He was keeping them in games they had no business being a part of. They were playing against USC late. USC made a great run in the tourney. They did pretty well for themselves. Even Arizona too. They were keeping in the second half. He had them within like 5 points. He was doing a great job, and I think that's all you can ask from a guy like that with no talent, talent at all. Yes, a freshman as well. So going to Boston here, there shouldn't be any issues playing with Isaiah Thomas. Both Washington guys would be really cool if they play together. Markelle can play with any player. He could play the 1 or the 2. He could come off the bench. They could have a Marcus Smart and Markelle Fultz combo. That'd be actually a lot of fun to see.
That would be a lot of fun.
Especially with their length. They both have good size. I think Marcus is 6'3", 6'4", which is pretty tall for
with a little girth.
Oh yeah, he's pretty well built. Even Fultz too. That's not something anyone's worried about. Physical abilities. People question his motor sometimes on defense, but if you actually, again, you watch the games, he could chase down block with that 6'10" wingspan. He could defend multiple positions. I even think he's capable of defending a 3 on certain plays every now and then. I think he could do a good job of it. And, yeah, I think he's just the consensus number 1 pick. I don't see any flaws in his game. And I think unless it's the Lakers picking here, it's going to be Fultz. So, Phoenix, moving on to Phoenix with the number 2 pick. You go first on who you had Phoenix taking here.
I had Jackson going to Phoenix.
Josh Jackson.
Mainly because, you have Booker as your good 2-guard play. They've
future at that position.
I know it's the limited time and the sample size and everything, but Tyler Ulis has looked great at point guard. Even if he's your backup coming up because you have Bledsoe.
Technically, he was like 3rd string all year.
Yeah. So Marquise Chris has had a really nice year.
Yep.
Dragon Bender got hurt and
he's back
played
and
a
he's
little
doing
bit of time.
But we knew he was more of a project.
The thing they've been missing is that 3. They don't have that 3.
And TJ Warren's more of a role player.
Yeah, absolutely. And even if Jackson came off the bench for a couple of years and was like strictly in a scoring role, because Phoenix puts points on the board. Like they'll give up double, but they'll put points on the board. I think Jackson's a really nice fit there, and he's a good defender.
He is. No, I think he's the best defender in the top 5 that we have here.
We've said multiple times, guys have to come out as good defenders because it's way harder to teach defense and teach offense. And if you're already coming out as a good defender, you have a step up on the rest of the class.
It's also the theme of this draft, I think. It's a high floor.
Yeah.
There's multiple players here that you could look at it. High floor, like worst case scenario.
And the ceiling is the roof.
And the ceiling is roof. But if you look at them just running down like Fultz, Ball, Josh Jackson, Tatum, Fox, even like I guess even Dennis Smith if you want to go there, the floor is really high, and the worst case scenario you're going to get with Josh Jackson is a really good defender that could probably score 12 to 15 points. This is like worst case scenario. You got to think he could rebound, defend. At the end, I think it was the Baylor game, that one defensive possession where he just locked down Baylor's guard. I forget the name of the player, but
I know exactly what you're talking about.
But it was just a fantastic sequence by him, and it just really showed like, okay, this guy is great, and he improved on his 3-point shooting during the season. There's still questions on whether or not he'll keep that up, but it's still great to see him do certain moves in the tournament, like the bank shot.
Of course.
It was just great to watch, very impressive. But that's who you have there.
Yeah, who do you have?
I have Lonzo Ball. Okay. I don't care what he's saying that he wants to play for the Lakers or what his dad says.
It's not like Phoenix is like, oh wait, he wants to play with the Lakers. We can't pick him.
But that's the thing. I'm not going to shy away from that. Part of like this mock draft and the mock drafts that I've done and posted on Twitter and stuff like that, I take into all things into account. Other mock drafts, what I think is going to happen, what Phoenix is thinking, team like Phoenix is thinking, what the best fit is. Lonzo Ball is a great fit in Phoenix for their future. If they're really trying to build up this young core and build it up for years to come, 5 to 10 years down the line with Booker, Chris, Bender, whatever you got there. I mean, small forward. I mean, TJ Warren's solid for now, but you could always just sign a guy with all the space once Tyson Chandler's contract expires. You could even flip Brandon Knight and Eric Bledsoe for a good small forward. Who knows? Like maybe flip him over to Indiana. Like maybe roll of the dice, see what happens there. But I just think it's mouthwatering just to think about how great Lonzo Ball and Devin Booker could be together. I don't care about that one tournament game against Kentucky. Yes, I mean
that's not. It's
not the whole body of work.
No.
And we've seen him take over games. He changed the tempo of games. Yes, I know in the tournament he gave up 40 to De'Aaron Fox, but De'Aaron Fox was playing the best basketball all season. Don't even want to discount what he did when he went into Rupp Arena and played that well there. It's a team game. Collectively, UCLA did not play that great.
We're talking about 18-year-old kids here.
Yeah, I know.
That's the other thing. Say Ball gets into the league his first year, not so good. Second year is okay. At 20, 21 years old, people, he sucks. And then in 4 years when he's, second team All-NBA, oh, wow, Ball really, he didn't do anything. It takes a while. People expect a lot from this kids this young. And for him to have this skill set, the court vision, everything that he has already, incredible.
Another high floor. Worst case scenario, he's a really good distributor. He'll like what? You want to say Ricky Rubio give it to him? But even then, he's already a better shooter than Rubio is or ever will be.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what his release, what his shot looks like. It's about the release point, and he hits it at a high rate. I think it was like around 43%.
Yeah.
That's something I'd want. It doesn't matter. Eventually, LeVar Ball will shut his mouth, hopefully, you'd think. And then you move on, and he is a great talent. I don't care what anyone says. I'm not going to let his father ruin it for me, and I don't think the Suns would let him ruin it either. So, moving on to the team that everyone loves to talk about, the biggest team in the league for sure. Even though I'm a Celtics fan, I'm wearing a jersey right now. It's the Lakers, and right here I have Josh Jackson going here. I assume you're gonna have Ball here.
I have Ball
going
right? Here, yeah, right. We have a flip flop.
Not much to talk about. It's just really a flip flop. I think Josh Jackson, best player to take here. I mean, Tatum and Ingram would be too similar to have on the same team. I don't think I was thinking Lauri Markkanen. I don't know if I'm saying that right, out of Arizona maybe, because they would like a big man that could stretch the floor and shoot. But he's more of a project. Jackson is more of a sure thing.
Right, and Lakers don't really have time for projects per se.
No, they don't.
Apparently Brandon Ingram is already a project.
He is. No, he is.
You don't need another.
If you followed the draft like us, you knew that Ingram was one of the younger players, and obviously it doesn't come to a surprise that his development will take a while. But even then, the guards like Fox and Smith and Nicticliana that are going to be left over there, I don't think they can play as well with D'Angelo Russell like Alonzo Ball would be able to play with him. Right. I think he would be probably the best point guard aside from Markelle Fultz to be able to play with D'Angelo Russell. And then Josh Jackson could play anywhere from the 2 to 4 on defense, and I mean in certain spots on offense for the 2. But Ingram's got great length. You figure when he fills out, you could put him at stretches at the 4.
Right.
Not even just the 4. You could have Jackson at the 2 and the 3. Like they'll figure it out.
The league's getting smaller, and it's not going to become an issue in the next few years.
Especially, they could even think about trading back here. And this is worst case scenario for the Lakers. I mean, they could only get 1, 2, or 3 in this draft. Obviously, if not, it goes to Philly.
Right.
So that's what I have there. You have Ball. You don't think he's following. You don't think Phoenix is going to take him. Reasoning?
I just think that. I mean, I agree with your point that Booker and Ball is a great combo. But I feel like still having Bledsoe, and it's a guard-heavy draft. Not so much a 2 or 3 heavy draft, and you go out and you get Jackson because he's going to suit you best there. And you do still have the guards for now, and you could always you got a slew of them if you got to package them, whatever it is. You could always go out.
They
and
have
get
a bunch
the
of
other
them.
one.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Fair enough. Totally fair. All right. So I'm going to Orlando right now. They're currently tied with Philadelphia, and I have the Magic taking Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
Now, I think it is kind of unfair to Elfrid Payton, and I know you're an Elfrid Payton guy, to say that they need to take a point guard here.
I agree with you.
That's not their problem.
They just worked on Peyton for 3 years.
Yeah.
And they have him.
And what are you going to do?
3 or 4 triple doubles this year, and he was coming off the bench to start. He's a consistent 9-10 assist a game guy.
He's a good point guard. Not
gets to the rim.
Everyone needs to realize your point guard doesn't need to be scoring all the time like a Markelle Fultz. He doesn't need. He's an old-fashioned kind of point guard, and that's fine to have. But when you have a player like Jason Tatum, when was the last time the Magic really had a good scorer on their team? Aaron Gordon's been a project. Hazonia's been a bust, as far as I'm concerned. I think it's fair to point in that direction at this point.
Dwight is the last good scorer they had.
And that's Dwight Howard, who's known for defense and rebounding. So Jason Tatum here would be great for Orlando. He's got a great young point guard to not great young point guard, a good young point guard to work with Elfrid Payton.
You put pieces around Payton. You already have Vucevic as a solid center, and he can spread the floor as well. I really like the combo of Fournier and Tatum together.
They're obviously going to have to figure out the roster, but obviously there's always a comparisons to Melo with a guy at that size. He's the best isolation player in this draft. I don't think it's close.
It's not close.
He's got a great scoring package again. Worst case scenario, he'll be 18 points a game? Worst thing possible, and he showed he could run the floor too. That's something I don't think maybe you could say a younger Melo was able to do, but you saw it
Melo won't do it
in
anymore.
the ACC tournament. It was very impressive to watch him like that. And I think he's got a really high ceiling as well, and this would be the right pick for Orlando. Who do you have Orlando taking?
I have Orlando taking Tatum as well. Like you said, it's just the best fit. Peyton's a guy who's going to get his star players the ball, or he doesn't have any star players yet, but he's going to get his scorers the ball. Fournier's put up 20 and 7 straight, and it's end of the year, and they've lost some
games. But that's
games,
just Fournier. That's not the same talent.
No, right. So I think adding someone like Tatum is a no-brainer, especially because Ball's not going to be there, and Josh Jackson's probably not going to be there.
Those
and
top three picks that we have, consensus in every mock draft, anywhere you look.
You're not getting one of those guys.
You go and
at 4, you're not only are you going best available, which would still be Tatum, I think. It's the best fit for them, so it's a no-brainer for Orlando. If they go any other direction, whoever's in the front office and whatnot should just be gone.
And I think Frank Vogel should have a say in this because
absolutely.
He wasn't really here for most of the players that are on the roster
Absolutely.
currently. Okay, swinging over to the other team in this tiebreaker, we put Philadelphia here, the Philadelphia 76ers. Obviously, they're in need of anybody, so I think this would be best player available. Who do you have them taking?
I have Philly taking De'Aaron Fox because my whole thing around it is, hoping that Simmons comes back healthy, which we don't know anybody anymore.
Also, those rumors about him growing 2 inches are false.
That's not
There's
true.
no way that happened.
That is not true.
Stupidity.
Yeah. They just use a different measuring tape.
Australian measurement.
Yeah. I think Simmons is the guy you kind of want to be your point forward and control a ball for a lot of the game. And Fox can play off the ball, which is a huge reason why he fits here. And he gets to the rim. He's not a shooter. So if you put more shooters around him, they have another later pick, and you get another guard, or a shooter or whatever it is. I think Fox fits perfectly. And Something I don't know, just a combo of Fox and Embiid and Saric, who's come on so strong in these last couple months, and Simmons is a really scary.
It's a really good fast break, and that's why I
could run people out of the gym.
Yeah, that's why I picked Fox to Philly as well, because you even think about it. When was the last time Philly even just had a good guard? Yeah, no, seriously. I mean, like sometimes they used to play like Iguodala, I felt like at the two, kind of,
because of his athleticism.
But they were a great fast break team. But also, people go and pick Dennis Smith to go to Philly, but why would Philly want to risk on an? It's not even that. I think it's an injury factor here. It's the biggest thing.
That's true too.
Dennis Smith wasn't even 100% coming back from his injury this past college basketball season. Obviously, we know how Philly has been handling their situations with injuries and how players have been getting hurt all the time over there. We didn't even get to see Ben Simmons.
Right.
It took us 2 years to see Embiid. Okafor has had injuries. So I think a fast break of Fox, Simmons, and Saric with Embiid could even be your trailer there to pop some threes, which would be incredible. Half-court offense might be a little questionable here because, I mean, Simmons and Fox aren't the best shooters.
No.
You know that's been a thing, but I think it's going to be a lot of cut and moving offense with a lot of ball movement in the half-court. It's not really going to be pick and roll kind of things because they just don't have the shooters for it at this point in time. I mean, Fox has improved here. I think you could even maybe think about Philly looking at Malik Monk if they really wanted to, but
that's especially if you're going to run the point forward through Simmons. Then you really could use the shooter, and then it's like, okay, then we'll really go get a guard later.
Well, yeah, but at that point, I think Philly doesn't have the leeway to do that. I think Philly does need to take the best player available still. I think this is still a part of the whole process, and the process got set back a little bit because of injuries like that. Even though they were very impressive this year, even in the limited time that Joel Embiid played.
I think in particular, this pick is one of those that if you don't take Fox, if he's there, because you never, I mean, who knows? Maybe Orlando surprise everybody.
You never know.
And the order, and
you could see someone reach. Yeah, of course.
But I think this is one of those picks that if they don't take Fox, you're going to regret it immediately after the pick. Yeah, you can go with Monk, and it's going to work out. But I think Fox is the most beneficial in this spot.
I think it's Fox or Monk. I don't really see Philly going after Smith, obviously, because of what we just said. I don't think it's too early. I just think it's just not the right fit, and that's you have to factor that in just because of injury reasons alone. Even though some people have Dennis Smith as a better prospect, higher upside than Fox, and you saw flashes of it, but just not enough.
True.
Fox came on late, obviously, dropped to 40 points against UCLA, advanced to the Elite Eight, where they lost to UNC, obviously. So another high floor for De'Aaron Fox here, I think would be a good fit for Philly. No matter what, Philly's going to get a good player. No matter what, all these top 5 teams that are going to get a top 5 pick, as right now with the lottery odds, are going to get good players. Also, best case scenario for Philly, Lakers lose their pick, they get it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of good picks there. Yeah. And then also, if the Kings pick jumps ahead of Philly's, Philly has a right to swap it.
If Philly ends up top 3, what do they go with?
Well, I mean,
it depends because if it's 1, it's obviously Fultz.
Well, we'll save that for another video. We don't want to get too crazy into it because we're approaching 18 minutes right now. So those are the top 5 picks: Fultz, Ball, Jackson, Tatum, and Fox for me. Matt has Fultz, Jackson, Ball, Tatum, Fox. Wednesday, we're going to try and get picks 6 through 10. Probably going to keep it around just top 10 for now because outside of the top 10, always in the NBA, it just shifts around so much. And there's trades and, of course, those crazy balls that have to fall into place only just about a month from now. It's coming really soon. Thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. Give us your input. Give us your top 5 and what you have in the current standings that we use with Boston, Phoenix, Lakers, Orlando, and Philly. Martino Puccio is Massimo Licello. We'll see you next time.